Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. On Thursday, 20th, Miguna will be landing in the country and is very much excited about that trip of his. For the better part of the day, Miguna has been tweeting about his trip to Kenya. And one of our fans here has brought my attention to a tweet by Miguna, a tweet I feel is worth analyzing and discussing here. Dr. Miguna, Mr. Conman Raila Odinga, you can run, but you cannot hide. I'm arriving on October 20th. The goons you have incited to attack me should learn from the past. You have made a lucrative career of sacrificing Luo children. And then Miguna touches that post there. Stop lamenting, Raila tells Ruto as he leaves the country. So Miguna is telling Raila Odinga that he can run. But on 20th, Miguna, he will be in Kenya. And I take that to mean that Miguna is referring to Raila's foreign trips to India and those other countries. So Miguna is just trying to say Raila is afraid of him, so Raila is running away. And then from that tweet, Miguna is actually making a political blunder by roping in the Luo nation. That Raila has been sacrificing Luo children. I take that as a blunder on the side of Miguna because he's trying to insinuate that the Luo nation do not have a mind of their own. That's what I'm taking that tweet to mean. And it's very unfortunate for Miguna to make those remarks because Miguna comes from the Luo nation. Miguna, for him to be taken seriously, then he must have the support of the Luo nation. But with such kind of utterances, the Luo nation is going to hate him more. In this video, I want us to dig deep into this tweet by Miguna to see what it means politically. If you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. Yes. The first thing coming out clearly, Miguna is afraid of his trip to Kenya. He's not just sure on how Kenyans, especially Raila supporters, are going to react to his homecoming because he has spent better part of his time, months and years, just attacking and abusing Raila Odinga. So Miguna is not very sure on how he is going to be welcomed. So he's actually afraid. That's one thing I'm saying here. And I'm saying that because he is insinuating that some goons have been organized or stationed to maybe cause violence and to heckle him. I take that as just Miguna's own fears. Because he knows Raila has support, and now that he has been attacking and abusing Raila Odinga, he is not sure on how he will be welcomed when he arrives. That's one thing coming out clearly. Secondly, I'm seeing a Miguna who is also not being honest and being very truthful with him, rather with himself. Miguna has been talking about struggle, a luta continua, and he has been urging Kenyans to resist. He has been urging Kenyans to resist. And even in William Ruto's Uhuru Kenyatta's first term in office, Miguna was urging for Kenyans to resist and to rebel against that government. So Miguna believes in revolutions and rebellions that can lead to the betterment of the common good, or rather for the common man. And it's also very ironical that Miguna, who believes in the struggle for a better society, Miguna, who has been telling Kenyans, a luta continua, is now insinuating that a leader who has been leading that struggle has now been sacrificing other people. What Miguna should know and should understand is that Raila Odinga is just the voice of the voiceless. He represents a section of Kenyans who cannot be heard. Raila speaks on their behalf, and those Kenyans appreciate and approve of Raila Odinga's struggles. And that's why they have been supporting and following Raila Odinga. They believe Raila has been speaking on their behalf. That's something Miguna should understand. So for him to insinuate that Raila has been sacrificing some Luo children, Miguna is annoying and actually causing a split between himself and his Luo community, in that he will be seen as somebody who does not understand the plight of the community. He does not know the pains the Luo nation are going through. The Luo nation are yearning for a better governance. The Luo nation are yearning for a country of credible leadership. That's what the Luo nation yearns for. And that's what Raila Odinga has been fighting for. For Miguna to make those remarks, those are very unfortunate remarks that betrays Miguna's struggle for democracy and struggle for human rights. Miguna is now just being seen as an amateur freedom fighter, or is just being seen as an amateur in the fight for expansion of the democratic spaces in Kenya. And also, if you look even in other developed countries, in the United States of America, for black slavery to be abolished, some brave Americans, in the likes of Abraham Lincoln, had to put their lives on the line to make sure that enslavement of the black people in Southern America was abolished. And eventually, enslavement of the black people in Southern America was indeed abolished. So this is just a struggle, and I know Miguna should be told that one day the struggle will bear fruits. So as Miguna comes into the country, my only advice to Miguna is that he should stick maybe to his lane. He should not maybe go beyond his lanes, in that let him just talk what is going to rather to increase, or rather to expand the democratic space for all Kenyans. But he should not make Raila Odinga his business when he lands in Kenya. Yes, that's my only advice to Miguna. And then back again to Miguna Street. Those hecklers Miguna is talking about, maybe Miguna himself, and even with the help of some people in government, because it's clear Miguna and the government are now reading from the same page, they can as well stage some kind of heckling and demonstrations against him to paint Raila Odinga or the other side of the political divide in bad light. That's also possible. That's politics, and we have seen it in the past. Miguna can himself stage such kind of maybe attacks or even heckling. That's all politics. As I conclude, Raila's trip to India and those other countries does not mean he fears Miguna. Raila is just trying to be strategic here, in that Raila knows pretty well that if he maybe is in Kenya and then Miguna will be attacking him, Raila might be forced to respond to Miguna. And that will just give Miguna the relevance he wants. Because Miguna wants a situation where he's throwing words back and forth with the Raila Odinga. Raila is just avoiding giving him that kind of relevance. Because that's what Miguna wants. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. Just as I did mention when we were starting, if you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. And to our fans and subscribers here, I'm very much humble, very grateful for the kind of support you are giving me here. God bless you, God bless Kenya. Any other person who wants to have a chat or discussion, or to share information with me, or even to support this channel, I've pinned my number on the comment section. Contact me through the number, or feel free to send a donation or contribution to the number. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you.